Greetings, Loyola. Welcome back to the rundown for the week of February 3rd, 2025.
It's been an interesting week, so let's jump right in.
Hey Hayden, where were you at when they sent out the email for no school on Monday?
I was actually eating breakfast and getting dressed for school.
Let's ask Angel Fam why school was closed on Monday.
Monday was supposed to be a late start day, but due to water issues, we had an unexpected closure. Come with me to find out what happened.
So we were already here for our late start meeting with the faculty when Mr. LeBlanc got a phone call from the city that there was a issue with our water pipes. They were having to turn off water for the whole block for the day and that we were going to have to go home. The teachers, I think, were just as excited as the students for an extra day off. So we finished our faculty meeting and everybody went home.
On Monday, I slept in and then went to lunch with my friends and then got to ride my horses.
We really enjoyed our day off of school on Monday. We all went to breakfast at Chick-fil-A.
And then we all met at our friend's house.
I was not sad, and I went next door, got my nieces and nephew, and we went to Chick-fil-A.
On Monday, I got all ready and got the email, and I was kind of upset about it, so I went to Chick-fil-A.
I was happy to have the day off, but I'm glad everything's okay. I'm Angel Fam, and I'll see you next time.
A lot of our teachers decorate their classrooms in their own way, but some stand out more than others.
Here's Eldar with your segment of LCP Cribz.
They say home is where the heart is, but judging by some of our teachers' rooms, I'd say their homes are right here on campus. Let's take a little look into some of our teachers' fabulous rooms.
Welcome to my classroom. This is Loyola American History. We have flags of all the nations. We have maps. This is my homeroom class at the moment, but I like lots of things on the walls. I don't like bare walls. As Ms. Bissell says, I like clutter, where she likes pristine simplicity. But if you have American history or civics, you're here among the flags and the maps and the history of our great nation.
Hey guys, come on in. Let me show you what all we've done here. First off, my jerseys when I was in school here. These are people's jerseys also that won when they weren't supposed to. Football, pictures of teams that I've coached. I have my family and my grandkids. Got pictures of my dog. I was a scientist for a while, so I wanted everyone to know that I've made some pretty cool stuff in the science lab. This was my son and daughters when we were here before. They wore that to the games, and I love it. It's like being at home.
Since our addition of the T buildings, some of our teachers have had to remake their rooms from scratch. I'd love to see how they accessorized their drab rooms.
While it's been a journey coming to the T buildings from the residence building via St. John Berkman's, the T building has been a nice change. There's plenty of space, and we've been able to put up fun things that the kids have done just to make sure that their work is being shown. And that is always helpful in the class. I even have work from last year's class. So having wall space, having floor space, you can do a lot more, and it's been amazing. Thank you.
So this is my new classroom. I moved from the French room where it was shared by several teachers, and that's always fun to get to be around everyone, but it's so great to be in my own classroom finally. So all of this is actually because of sweet Miss Holly Bissell. She is a decorator. She is the woman that knows everything about making things cute. And so far we've added plants. She did this amazing wall. Looks kind of like a gingerbread house. So finally, I have a home that's mine.
Hey, I'm so excited to be in this new classroom. I was in the residence building for maybe 10 years, 15 years, something, and I had my space exactly like I loved it. And then I got the boot, and so then I had to share classrooms with several people. Thank you to all those people that I shared the room with. That was so wonderful of you. But now I'm in my own space, and it's me, and it's the way I like to teach, and I think everybody's so happy to be here.
I love all that y'all have done to spruce up y'all's classrooms. This has been Eldart with LCP TV.
It's great to see what our fellow Flyers did on their trip last week.
Since they are back, let's get a close-up on what they did in D.C.
Let's send it to McGrath for a recap.
Last week, about 30 students from Loyola went to Washington, D.C. to get a close-up look into our country today. Now that the jet lag is all over, let's go see how the trip went.
My favorite part of close-up was going to see the Holocaust Museum. It was really moving and really made me think of how bad that time was in the world.
I had a great experience at close-up. My favorite day was Capitol Hill Day, in which we got to go to the Capitol and we got access to the floor of the House of the Representatives.
My favorite part is whenever we got to meet Senator Cassidy and we went to Capitol Hill and saw where Dred Scott happened.
My favorite part was just meeting all the new people and just having a lot of fun with everybody.
Close-up was super fun. We went to a bunch of memorials. My favorite was the World War II.
Close-up was so much fun. I got to go with 27 juniors and seniors to Washington, D.C. with Miss Fox and with Mr. McClanahan. We had a great time. The kids were great. I love seeing Washington through their eyes. I've been many times, and it brought back the time that I was at Loyola Close-Up 30-something years ago, and it was an amazing experience seeing all of our national monuments, seeing government in action, and seeing our students learn firsthand how the United States is the greatest place on earth.
I'm so glad to hear that everyone had such a great time, because I did too. This has been McGrath.
Looks like everyone had fun in DC.
You know what else fun? The basketball season and the playoffs for soccer.
Let's kick it over to Ava Smith for our sports report.
Hey Flyers, I'm reporting to you from Mesmer Stadium, where we've had 2 playoff games going on for the boys and girls soccer teams. Let's dive in as we take a look at the results.
On Wednesday night, the Lady Flyers achieved a big 8-0 win against Ouachita Christian. Goals came from Ainsley Matlock with 3 and Allie Brucha with 2. Grace Wyford, Caroline Walls, and Sloan Kerr all found the back of the net as well. This victory puts the girls into round 3 of the playoffs, where they will face off against the number 9 seed North Lake Christian next week at Mesmer Stadium. Also on Wednesday, the boys soccer team defeated Livingston Collegiate 4-0. Goals came from Mathis Stanberry, Graham Kyle, Whit Sample, and Holt Hamilton. The boys will be back in action at Mesmer next week, where they will face off against Archbishop Shaw in the 3rd round of the Division III playoffs.
The soccer teams have certainly had a lot going on this year, and we're so proud of all the hard work and dedication shown from both teams. That's all for my part of the sports report. Now here's Huck Andrews.
As the seasons come and go, Loyola's athletes step into new territory. Now that February has arrived, Cicero Field is alive once again, where our Flyers will knock the competition out of the park, along with our basketball players breaking ankles on the court.
Baseball and softball seasons are about to start again. The Flyer baseball team will be at home on Monday to open the season against Airline at 6 o'clock at Cicero Field. They have had 2 scrimmages and a jamboree to prepare for the season. The Flyers will have 5 games scheduled for next week. The softball team is still preparing for its season, which will begin on February 19th. Their first home game will be February 20th. The Flyer basketball team will be back in action tonight with a big district doubleheader tonight at 6 o'clock against BTW. Tonight's theme is Star Wars, with all sorts of themed props to be handed out and students in attendance. The basketball players will also be at home Tuesday against North DeSoto for their final district home game. That night will be Pink Out. The annual football banquet and awards ceremony was held at Eastridge last week. Jack Ebard was named as the team's most valuable player, Ben Brewer was chosen as the outstanding offensive player, and Hayden Horton was the outstanding defense player. Chosen as permanent team captains were Colby Hamilton, Jack Budicheski, Carter Doyle, and Jack Ebard.
We hope our baseball and basketball players thrive this season and conquer the competition. This has been Huck Andrews.
That's it for this week.
I'm glad everyone enjoyed their short week. See ya!
It was supposed to be a late start.
Cause I've been acting like I